Hello guys, my new pedals arrived today, 31st of December, a couple of days earlier than I was expecting them actually to arrive, which is great. So I'm gonna just unpack it, see what is in there, and assemble them. But I'm not gonna put them on there yet because there are a couple of more things I need to do there. But I will leave this for another video. For today, assembly and just general discussion about lots of different things. So let's begin. Okay, I have no idea how this is gonna work because my boomstick is not very useful. But anyways, so just open up the box. There's a lot of paper in there and lots of smaller boxes. So let's start taking them out one by one and see what actually is included. A lot of small boxes, and don't know why. Let's start with the least exciting one. Simray power supply. So this thing is for connecting the bus takers. Yes, are they bus taker? I think you already understood which one I got now. On the rig, and actually provide them with additional power supply. I think this is the one. Yep, that's the one. Let's put this to the side. Not really exciting. There you go. So these are the shakers that you attach to each one of the pedals. This is one of the unique features of the Simagic P1000s, because actually you don't have to come up with a very, weird contraptions for attaching any other bass shaker to the pedals. Like for example, if you buy those from Amazon, the ones for £10, you can actually 3D print your mounts, but it's much nicer where actually everything is integrated. So there you go. This is the Simagic shaker that you attach on the pedal, which looks quite nice. Very heavy device, full metallic, looks very good quality. Cable there as well. Get what did you get on the box? You get the mounting base and little bag with an Allen key, couple of screws, couple of cable management plastic bits. Yep, that's all. So I got 3 of those because I have 3 pedals. So there you go. Let's put this to the side. I'm gonna leave this out because I like looking at it. It's a nice color, black and red. Don't have any red in my room, but I don't know. Who cares about color matching these days? Drop that one. So let's look what's next in the box. All right, so I have no idea what's this. I think this is. Oh, of course. Now I know what this is. This is the thing that made me actually buy the Simagic P1000s. Not so much for the shakers, but because of the ability to adjust the pedals using different springs and elastomers in order to be able to achieve your preferred pressure and also strength of the pedals. So how easily you can press it or not. And this is kind of interesting. Let me put it on the camera so you can see. So you have a collection of springs and elastomers, and you can create any level of combination you want with using either, for example, 1 spring and 4 elastomers, or go full spring or go full elastomers. And the colors indicate the straightness of each elastomer. I think the yellow is very soft, blue is just a bit harder, red a lot more harder to press, green a lot more harder to press, and then the brown is super hard. I think this is for the springs, and I think for the elastomers, the red is very hard, the blue is medium, the gray is soft, and then you have a couple of spacers to be able to either go with 4 elastomers or 3 elastomers and put the spacer between, depending on how you want to use it. So there will be a lot of experimentation here. I think I know with which setup I'm gonna go for, because currently I'm using the CSL pedals from Fanatec, which is a 60. I don't even know if you can hear me because I was so far away from the microphone. But anyways, sorry about the sound. But the current pedal I'm using is the CSL pedals from Fanatec, and the pedal has a pressure weight of 60 kilos or something like that, which is I think too heavy for me. It's impossible for me to be able to do a consistent trail brake line, simply because I don't know where exactly how far I'm pressing the brake. I'm putting a lot of force, and when I release it, I don't have full control of releasing it, for example, by 10% and then 10% increments, for example. I just drop from whatever pressure is all the way, like to the middle. So yeah, so I'm hoping that I will find the right combination of springs and elastomers to achieve that. The combination I think I'm gonna go for with is one blue spring with a combination of blue and red elastomers to be able to create that threshold of pressure. So from a soft elastomer to a strong elastomer. So when I reach that point, I can feel that actually I'm going now over a specific threshold. So yeah, so this is what I'm gonna try. But let's see. Let's put this now to the side, because it's definitely exciting. So many options. Let's try to find the next box in the big box. All right. Okay, so here we have one pedal, and then there is a bigger brown box inside the much bigger brown box. But let's see what's in here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, all right, that's nice. So we have a single pedal here. Ooh, very nice. I think this is the clutch. I think so, yeah. So I don't have gear shift. So you'll ask me, George, why you bought three pedals? Well, the reason I did this is because I love to have a gear shift. I don't have the space for it, but I'm future proofing, right? So, and actually, it's much better to buy the three pedals as one package. It comes a bit cheaper, but actually, leaving the third pedal for later, actually, you'll pay a bit extra. So, that is why. So, I tried, I thought that maybe invest a bit now in the beginning with the hope that actually I will be able to get my shifter not long after. Assuming that I will find a creative way to actually attach it on my rig. I can attach it. There is an accessory that I can get to attach the shifter. But the problem is that I have no space. So I need to find a way where actually I can attach it and detach it easily whenever I need it. So this is the kind of thing that I'm looking for before I commit to it. Yeah, so we have one pedal here. Let me take a look a bit, because this is a very nice piece of machinery, because it's very solid, full metal. There is nothing plasticky whatsoever apart from the cable. Fairly heavy. Here's the blue spring. Yeah, this is definitely soft, as you can hear. Like, I press it so easily without putting any force on it whatsoever. So this is definitely the clutch, or at least I believe so. So let's put this down and let's try to open the other big box inside the big box, which I think will be the full package. All right, there it is. I'm using my oh my god, I need a knife for this, but anyways, it does the job. No, actually it doesn't. Are we in? We are in. All right, let me put this down because I will either drop it or do something else stupid. All right, box in a box. The Simagic P1000 is here. Lovely box. Let's make some room. So, I don't know where I'm gonna put everywhere, everything. As you can see, and as you can tell, I just put a box inside my room and it filled the whole room. So this is a very tiny room. So let's clear up the desk a bit. And let's open the big boy on my lap, as you always do, because you know. Right, that's a very nice packaging. A friend of mine has those pedals, and oh, those are nice stickers. I don't know where I'm gonna put them. I don't usually use stickers, but yeah, they're pretty cool, I'd say. Oh my, more stickers. Yes. Excellent. So, what do we have in here? We have a smaller box with endless compilations of limitless experiences. And I guess this is all the things that you need to put this together. Oh my! That's a surprise. More stickers. But no, the actual surprise is that the pedals are already pre-assembled, which makes things a lot easier. And maybe I will end up putting it on the rig today, but no, I'm not committing yet. Let's remove the. This is the only thing I think you need to attach, which is the footrest. And then there you go. Oh my. Oh my. All right, let's do this. And there you have it. Let's remove the foam. Very good packaging. This is very well built. Very well built. Full metal. Everything is metal. All right, there you have it. So this is the footrest. I'm gonna leave this for now here so we can attach on it. Oh, and you have a few more things. Okay, I have no idea what these are, but we will check in a bit. Make some space. All right, so let's see what's in the little. Oh, we have a couple of more elastomers. So those are the black and couple of grays. I think the blacks are extremely soft or something like that. But yeah, leave this to the side. And then we have the footrest, which I think that's there. And the stickers, let's put the stickers to the side. I don't usually tend to read manuals. I try to figure things out myself, but I think I'm gonna read this one. Ah, actually I cannot read this, it's in Chinese. Maybe there's an English version, yes, at the back of the manual. So, yeah, overall storage instructions seem pretty straightforward, especially when the two pedals are attached on it. Of course, I need to move the brake to the center and then attach the clutch to the left side. I was looking for the reversed kit as well, but I don't think I can fit it on my rig, or it will make the rig extremely heavy, and then it will take away, you know, the nice thing it has, which is lightweight, for me to be able to move it around. So that's why I went for the normal pedals and not the reversed ones. But yeah, no, there is the option for the future, I guess. Yes, so what do? The only thing you do is that you attach the footrest on it, and then there you go. So, let's take a look on how this can be done. So, let's open the small white boxes, see what's in here. There you go. All right, so these are the metal pieces you need in order to attach the footrest to the rest of the pedals. So we need this, but we don't need the box anymore. And the other one is, yes, and this goes, I think, like that in here, and then this attaches, and I think you can maneuver, go a bit back and forth depending on how you want to place your feet, something like that. We will find out. So the thing that I'm most interested in, however, is I'm going to put this to the side for a moment, because now that the pedals are not really fully assembled, I have the opportunity to explore the elastomer situation inside the brake pedal. So this is very nice and soft. Let's see how hard is the brake pedal to press. Oh yeah, it's hard. Okay, so what can you see? There you go. So this is of course the accelerator. Has some nice resistance to it. Looks nice. There are lots of things. There are lots of ways that you can actually customize or adjust the pedals. If I say, I don't know if you can see this very well, but you can adjust the tilt of the plate how you want it. You can adjust how far up or down you want the elastomers to be, or the cylinder bit to be. I don't know why. I will need to investigate what the benefit of that will be. But yeah, the idea is that you unscrew this. I guess you need a tool, which I believe I will find in this box. And let's remove everything. Oh, there you go. Okay. Very nicely packaged. And I love when I get extra tools for free. Come on. There you go. Oh, the cable. That goes in there. The cable stays here. So let's see if we can find the tool that we need. There is also some glue in here. I don't know why you need glue. It's grease, it's not glue. Stupid George, it's grease. I guess you need to grease up the bolts. So you have a lot more screws, which is nice. Screws are always nice. You have a couple of additional screws, which is nice. And then, there you go. We need this to be able to... Oh, there you go. Did it? Yes, I did. And as you can see, you remove this bit, and then in theory, the only thing you do is you push this forward. I hope I don't break my screen. No, it's much harder. Okay, sorry. I have to unscrew this big piece of metal as well. Yeah, there you go. Oh, super easy. Yes. Yes. Easy. So, you screw this top bit completely. There you go. And then all right. This is the magic. This is where all the magic happens. So by default, where it comes with is an interesting combination of 8 elastomers. Come on. Yep. Red, blue, and gray. The red is at the bottom, so the hardest one is at the bottom. So the more you press, the harder it becomes. The very soft ones are the beginning, and the blue ones, which is in the middle of the spectrum of strictness, is exactly in the middle. And there is a washer here as well. So it will be interesting to try this out based on how it comes. But the idea of the 3 reds, I don't know. It's kind of hard to convince me that actually this will be the right setup for me. But that's the whole idea of this kit. You buy with the options to be able to do adjustments as you see fit. And I'm gonna leave this right now for as it is, because I want to get a feeling of how the stock option works for me, and then start making adjustments from there. But I will definitely the first thing I'm gonna try is this, and then the setup, which I think will be the one for me. So, and how this goes back, very easily, I guess. You attach, you insert this metal bar in, and then you screw it. Super easy. Like, this is exactly how sim racing gear should be, as simple as that. Of course, it comes with the additional cost of having the luxury to adjust things easily, but it's fine. I think there are lots of companies out there that are trying to compete in this space these days. Lots of creative and innovative ideas are coming out. They are going sometimes a bit over the top with creating those, active pedals where the whole mechanism is in there and they are huge in size. But what the positive thing about this is that because they're investing so much in those very complicated solutions, in theory, the entry levels will eventually become this. So currently, this sits in the mid tier of pedals. With if you include everything that I got, it's around 700 pounds. So I don't know, like 800 USD. So yeah, this is definitely mid tier, maybe mid high tier, where compared to the CSLs, which is like 150 pounds or something, which is the entry. But yeah, we need to expect that in a couple of years, potentially, this will become the default entry tier with the adjustments and the easiness of actually adjusting things so freely and so easily. Like, this should become the norm, I think. All right, great. So the next thing that we can potentially do is to try to move the brake pedal to the middle and then attach the clutch on it. So in order to do that, we need to turn this around. You have everything here, and then you have the last connection for the clutch to go in. I love how nicely everything is already cable managed. And how clean this looks. Do not hot swap. I have no idea what this button is, but anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. And apparently, everything happens from the top. Yeah. So, I don't even have to flip the pedals the other way around. Oh, I have a couple of more elastomers in here. Not elastomers, actually springs. And I think these are for the throttle. This is the brown one, and then you have the red one. And I think, let's give it a go. I'm very curious right now. I want to see if it has a blue in there. Because if it is a blue, the blue is very soft. Like, that soft. And I'm not, generally a very strong guy. So yeah, let's. This might be a bit more difficult to remove than the brake pedal. Yeah. Yeah, I think what you need to do here is to remove this pin. This here as well. It's on the bottom position. There you go. Yeah. All right. So how do you screw this? Oh, that's why you need the grease. You screw the whole thing? Yeah, I think so. Okay, all right. We're finding things together. So, oh, that's why you need the grease. So this is the black. Interesting. So the black is very soft for the springs. I'm gonna leave this here right now because I don't think this accelerator or the throttle should be very hard to press. But I will test out. The good thing is that we have a couple of springs. I know for sure that the brown is harder to press and the red is a bit less harder to press. There you go. So that makes a lot of sense. And let's take this back. First goes in here. There you go. This goes in. Then you get the pin from the left hand side. Washer and then there. All right. Pretty straightforward. Now, let's take this magical tool and you have 4 screws to unscrew. Come on. Not magnetic. I guess we can take -1 point from the total score because of that. I'm just joking. Who cares? There you go. 2 out. Oh, actually, it is magnetic. Let me try. No, it's not magnetic. Okay, last one. All right, there you go. So the cable is already attached. The screws now are in there, which doesn't make it very nice. And I just realized that you actually need to flip the pedal because you have to unplug the connections from the board that is underneath. So I'm gonna attach the one screw temporarily so I can flip the pedals and remove the connection, because we need to cable manage this little cable slightly differently. So as you can see, underneath you have this board, and what you need to do is you need to find the brake clip, for which you have 2 of them, and I'm gonna remove them. Not as easy as it seems. Okay, so click and press and pull. There you go. Beautiful cable management underneath the board. Which I have no idea how you open this up, but we'll figure it out. There you go. So we remove these completely. We leave this here for now. Put the screws to the side. Remove the screw that I put there. Hold it in place for a bit. So then we can reposition the pedal to the center. One of the biggest negatives I was reading for this kit was that the pedals are too close to each other, so there is not enough room or enough distance between the pedals. And if you have a very big foot, you may struggle a bit with the position of the pedals. But we will put this to the test, and we will figure out what actually is happening. We push the cables down the little space, and we can now rescrew the pedal. I think we're exactly in the middle. So you have 5 screws here, and you have, oh, okay, so maybe I can push the throttle further to the side and put this in the middle as possible. Yeah. So we have 5, so I'm gonna use hole number 2 and hole number 4 to achieve the maximum center position of the pedal. There you go. 1. And then 2. And that will be fun because they are not magnetic. But the screwdriver is fairly long. Yep, there you go. You lost me. It will be extremely hard now to remove this screw. Okay, so is there a space? Can you roll forward? No, you cannot. Can you roll backwards? There you go. And that is why, my friends, you need to make screws magnetic. especially when there is such a tight fit. But don't worry, I will cut this off the video. You don't have to see me struggling. This is where the, the 3 hours later kind of meme will kick in. All right, so back to attempt number 2. All right, we found the hole. The screw penetration was successful. All right, okay, screw 3 is in. One last screw left. We're gonna struggle again here. All right, so how can we be creative? That was easier than the previous one. It just fall into place. I guess we're getting better with finding holes, which is nice. So always handy for a 40-plus-year-old person. Okay, so pedal seems to be secure, which is always a good thing. The pedals seem to be fairly close to each other. As you can see, like the distance between the two is like almost of my fingers going through, but it's not very wide. Yeah, there is a lot more space on the CSL pedals from Fanatec. A lot more space, like 3 times the space that you see here. But anyways, we will figure things out. I'm gonna put back the cables to where they were. The beautiful thing is like the board is very nicely color coded, so you know where each cable goes, which is always handy. Because I don't know if you realized, I didn't, make any note from where its clip was removed from, but it's fine. Simagic has our back. Yep, red one goes in. All right, and we have our cable management, and we lock it in place, and beautifully everything now is in place. Yes, so this is definitely not gonna work for me because I'm not doing any drifting or third row cars or whatever, WRC, to be able to use my heel to press the throttle. So having those two a bit close together may make more sense. I'm gonna move this slightly to the side, just so I can make this a bit easier for me to begin with. There is definitely room, so I'm gonna definitely do this. This definitely needs a bit more screwing. There you go. It's a bit more secure. Okay, removing the other two screws. I'm not gonna go too far to the left. I'm just gonna go just one position to the left, so it gives me like almost another extra centimeter of room. I'm gonna leave this in there for now. This seems to be centered. Yes, yes, of course it's centered, George. All right, so I'm gonna lift and move a bit to the left, like over here. This should be just fine. Yes, now only by looking at it confirms that it will be much better. Like, there is no need to be so close, at least for my needs. Uh-oh. Need to be careful with the screw so we don't destroy the thread. Nope, not going in. Okay. There you go. Perfect. There is one screw left. Now that I have aligned it, it should go in much easier. Yes, perfect. Very good construction. Like, it's perfect. It will definitely get very scratchy because it's black matte, and it will definitely get scratchy more than the CSLs do, because the CSLs where your footrest is fine, especially if you're wearing soft shoes and stuff like that. This will not get scratchy, but because of constant pressure, a thing, and as you move your feet, there is potentially risk for few scratches here. But anyways, brake and throttle are now in theory in the correct position. We'll find out. So here's the distance. Now it's like, you see, 3 fingers. I love my ways of measuring distance. So again, we need to put the last pedal, which is of course the clutch. And I'm gonna put this more or less on the same place as I did with the throttle. I like things to be symmetric. And I'm not gonna use it too much either, at least for now. So giving myself a bit of space, it's always nice. So let's turn this around so we have access to the screws a bit easier. Right, so I'm gonna leave just a space on the right hand side, and just now need the screws. So, are the screws in the box? No, George took them out. Where are they? Are there. And the nice thing is, you get additional elastomers, not elastomers, springs, for the clutch as well. So you have another brown or yellow this time, and a red. Yes. So you have a yellow and a red. The yellow is much softer than the red is. And yeah, you can change the elastomer for the clutch as well, which is also nice. Cool modularity. I love this. All right, so we need the 4 screws. There you go. And I have now an extra Allen key, which will go to the collection of Allen keys from all the products that I have bought and have provided me with one. Which this collection only grows. And the funny thing is, there will be a day that I will be looking for an Allen key, and I will never find that little bag with all the Allen keys. And I will end up going to Amazon and buy a new Allen key. I think lots of you can potentially relate with this experience. Now, this is where the first kind of tricky bit is. I don't know if you can see, I will try to show you, but the screws are actually in a location that is not optimum for this beautiful tool to go in, because it has this huge bolt and it makes it extremely difficult to screw. But thankfully, because it has this polygon kind of shape, there you go, yeah, you can in theory tilt it and then keep screwing, which actually does work. So that is why always providing the tools beneficial, because now I wouldn't really be bothered to try to find one, and most likely I was going to end up coming with a creative idea that would be perfect and end up scratching the equipment. Right, so let's align this a bit. Let's try to tilt it. There you go. Come on. Screw number 2 is in. There's no need to put too much force on those screws. The top two are aligned. There you go. Straight in. There you go. And the last one. I'm getting better at this. Okay. And with this last screw, we have more or less our kit at 80% there. So this is how it looks with the 3 pedals on, 3 fingers distance. I will pattern this particular way of measuring distance. And the only last thing that is left to do is to actually attach the cable to the board, and there is also the indication here, which is also nice. Now the interesting thing is that this cable management piece is now, there is no space for the clutch cable to go in, but it's okay. Simagic has accounted for that, and they provided us with additional cable management clips. There you go, easy, that we can use and attach one. So let's find them. Where are they? Here they are. So I can use one just to make the cables a bit tidier underneath there. Now the other interesting thing, there is a lot of space under here to potentially position the hub that I bought. This is power hub. No, actually that won't work. No, forget it. I will try and find ways to make things neater, but this is definitely not going to work. Okay, so this is nice. This can go a bit underneath. And if I cut these 2 cables over here, that should do the trick. All right, so remove the plasticky thing. Position on the board and insert the cables in the clip. And press hard. There we go. All right. Does it look locked? No. That was much more difficult than it should be, but anyways. All right, okay. So there we are. We are ready. Job done. Now, the interesting thing is now to put these bad boys on. And for this, we need to actually all right, so we have the screws here, and we have the black plate here, back plate here. There is nothing else. So this is a smaller brown box. So let's see how this assembles. So there are 2 screws already on top of the, oh, still glossy here, those 2 screws. So I'm not sure if you need to remove these ones. No, you don't need to remove these ones. Maybe I need to read the manual. Okay, so tiny bit of Allen key. Might be long, but it's very small. 2 more cable management plastic bits. This one attaches here, which makes sense. But the question is, how? Of course. Now I see it. Okay, now that makes sense. All right, now it requires a bit of thinking now because I want to have the logo in the right way, so it's consistent. So this goes to the right, correct orientation. This goes there. Perfect. Okay, so now everything makes sense. And the cable will go just on this side and down. Not on this side. Maybe I can put it through there. Okay, anyways, we found how this works. So I just need two Allen keys, two screws, and the Allen key. And we need to screw the first one in. I think we need to make this a bit more secure because of the vibrations. You don't want to end up leaving a bit of gap and then the two metal bits smashing each other constantly. So we'll put a bit of extra force, but not too much. Just a tiny bit of extra force. Come on, find the hole. There you go. There you go. Have a turn. Bit more here. Line. Yeah, excellent. I think this is more than enough. Perfect. All right. So we get our shaker. Perfect cable management there. The cable can go underneath the pedal over there, and then it will plug straight in. Oh, the problem now is I realized that you need to remove the front pedal, the front plate, because you cannot really reach the screws to screw it. So then what we need is back to our trusted tool. Nope, this doesn't work. Need a different Allen key here. No, this one is too big. This one? No, this one's small. This one? This one also too big. Interesting. Hmm. I think we're missing an Allen key. Or at least I think so. And I think I need to go and find my trusted bag of Allen keys to be able to unscrew that one. And as per tradition, I think I'm gonna really struggle to find that little bag. There are so many screws in here. I don't know what's the reason of providing so many screws, but there are a lot of screws to attach the pedals on any rig. Like, this is magnificent. Like, all the different types and sizes. Thank you so much, Simagic. You make my life so easy. But anyways, back to our adventure of finding the Allen keys. So let's clean up a bit the space here because there is a lot of stuff going around. Okay. All right. Oh, maybe I found it. Yes, actually did find it. It was underneath one of the bags. All right. So that saved me like maybe 2 days. So there you go. One out, two out. Careful, we don't want to drop this. Another clever design is that, as you can see, it has 4 holes for the screws, so that allows you to position the height of the pedal wherever you prefer it to be. I will keep it in the middle, and then I will see if there are any adjustments to make. So the back plate of the shaker is on, as you can see here. The Simagic logo is in the correct side. And what I need now is one small screw with one small Allen key and insert the first one. I do really appreciate that the pedals were all more or less fully assembled, and I have now the ability to just apply the shakers on. It's always appreciated, the time saving aspect of things. Okay, this is, I think, secure enough. Let's go cross, just so we can balance a bit the strength of the screws this way. Okay, that should be okay. Third. And the other beautiful thing is, like, this is why it's so nice when a company thinks of these things, and actually tries to make the life of its customers extremely easy. You know, of course, when they design those pedals, they designed with the shakers in mind. So, what the best thing to do is to actually provide the connection for the power supply straight on the board, which makes a lot of sense. So, nice and tidy, everything is in here. You just manage the cable a bit better than I'm gonna do now, and then you just plug it in. Job done, right? Instead of fiddling with the cables all the time. So yeah, let's go and apply the fourth one. There you go. There's a very annoying sticker at the top, which I will eventually remove once everything has been proven to be working and be in order. But I'm gonna leave it for now, just in case there is any of those things for some reason not working and needs to be returned and replaced. Okay, there we go. Now we have the first shaker on and fairly stable, which is good. It's a good thing. I'm gonna try to be a bit cheeky with the cable here and make a couple of rounds around the pedal. I don't really like it, but I don't just want the long cable to be everywhere for now. There you go, and then I will apply somewhere one of the cable management clips, which is great. All right, so we have the first shaker on. Let's go and put the plate of the brake back up. We need to go center, so there are 4 holes. Yeah, 4 holes. I'm gonna go for the 2 in the middle, and that will give me the position that originally the brake pedal was on. So screw 1 is in, temporarily at least, and screw 2. Oh my, oh my, oh my. This is exciting. Now, fortunately, or fortunately, on Thursday, the 2nd of January, I will need to fly to Greece for 10 days. And what this means is that I won't be able to enjoy those pedals until I come back. And that also means that I won't be doing any sim racing for 10 days, which is kind of a shame, but of course, it's always nice to go back to your home country and see family. And I haven't seen my family for Christmas, so actually it's nice to go and see them for the New Year's. So the brake plate is back. Let's go and do the throttle, which is this one. Yes. Oh, all right. So let's remove the front plate. Such a nice design, and the rubber finish on the plates are so nice. I'm very pleased with the quality. Like, I haven't even used them, and I can tell that they're worth every penny, which is always nice. You know, the first impression matters. By the way, from where did I buy this? So I'm based in UK, and one of the Simagic suppliers here in UK is Race Anywhere. So I got it from them. I ordered it on the 24th of December, and of course I had the bank holidays, so everything was closed. But the guys were very good with the delivery timelines, and I got them today. Actually, I thought that it will be delivered after the New Year, which is always a positive. I freaked out for a moment because when I ordered them and the order went through, because they were a bank holiday, I wasn't really getting any feedback about if the item is available or not. Of course, it said that the website was actually in stock. That's why I did order it from them. But then when I tried again, it was sold out, and I was like, did I just buy the last kit? Or there is a chance there was something wrong with the system and it got updated late. But thankfully, again, I was lucky enough to receive the pedals on time and actually earlier than expected, which is always nice. Good end of the year and good start of the year as well with a new braking system that I'm really excited about. So, since we're talking about this, and I'm not gonna take you through again how I'm gonna install the shaker, you have seen this, you can watch me. What I will do is I'm gonna actually tell you why I decided to move away from the CSL pedals a bit more in detail. I know I touched upon this a few times, but I want to expand a bit further. So, as I said at the beginning, or a bit earlier, the pedals have about 60 kilos of force, of strength, so you will need to quite a bit of force to put on it. And thus, my foot is not as strong to be able to press it. Now, when I was discussing with friends and family about this, this is how, in theory, pedals are for race cars. I never driven a race car, so I cannot actually confirm or deny that this is true. Of course, it is. So what happened is, oh, sorry, put the wrong screen there. So what happened is, okay, all right. So it's 60 kilos. So it's definitely me. I need to get used to the pedal. And all these kind of things, right? So I just need to be patient, keep practicing, which of course helped me a lot with controlling the pedal down the line and be a bit more consistent, but not the consistency I wanted to have, right? So, and then I started researching and I said, okay, is really 60 kilos what the pressure should be for a sim racing kit that you have at home compared to actually what the real racing cars may have. And after a bit of research, and I watched a couple of videos of some famous, well-established racing drivers who actually sim race as well. I don't recall actually their names, but I will find them and I will put in the description. Which actually they said, don't be ridiculous in a way, in a nutshell, because I said when you're driving a racing car and you have like a 90 or 100 kilo of pressure brake, it's not only the foot that presses the brake, it's also the g-force. When actually you're braking and your whole body is moving forward, this actually helps you press the brake much easier than you will do at home when you're racing on your sim racing kit, because you don't have actually any g-force, right? So, okay, that makes sense, physics, right? So if people actually are using a 90 or 100 or whatever kilo of force brake on their real racing cars, what should be the one at home? Because from 90 to 60, it doesn't feel that this is the right difference. It feels like it should be lower than 60. Of course, depending, like if you're really going to the gym and you have like some very strong legs, of course you can have as much as you like. But I'm not one of those guys. I can kick a ball fairly well, but I won't say that I can do an endurance race by pressing the 60 kilo brake again and again and again for, like, let's say 4 or 5 hours. So then I ended up watching another real sim racing driver and real racing driver. And the actual guy was very reasonable, said, which I really related with this. And he said, you need to have a soft pedal to be able to control and have full consistency with your pressure of the brake. And one of the things that actually, the big difference is that you want to build muscle memory by pressure, not by travel distance, because you have it's much easier for you to build muscle memory with pressure, which of course, makes sense. But you need to have some travel distance, right? And one of those people said that actually the travel distance that they have for their kit at home is about 7 centimeters. And when I tried to measure my CSL pedal and the travel distance I have on that, it was less than 5. So I said, okay, wait a second. Like, why I'm doing myself, putting myself in such a difficult situation where actually I can definitely go for a much softer pedal and actually try to see what best works for me instead of, with going with the entry level. At the end of the day, I just went with entry level because I didn't know how things will turn out with sim racing. I didn't want to fully commit with buying something expensive from day one. But that was what that guy said was actually confirmation of all my thinking process behind my selection for the next pedal, because I wanted to have the ability to adjust the pressure and thus adjust the travel distance and be able to do this again and again and again as my leg strength changes, or even if I'm really that crazy, depending on the car, right? So you may end up being in a situation where actually you want to drive Formula One cars, where the pedal is a lot more strong to press, and maybe if, for realism's sake, you want to do that there, and you have a different setup of elastomers and springs that you want to interchange, especially when it's so easy to do that. I'm not saying that you will do this on every race, but maybe for a couple of weeks you want to do that. There you go. Stick that in and enjoy a more realistic feeling on the brake pedal. And there we are. After this very long story, we have the bus shaker for the throttle on, and I'm gonna put the pedal, the front plate on, and we should be in a bit Gucci. Okay. All right. Second screw goes in. Turn, 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 baby, turn. Now look how fast all the screws are, which is nice. Yep. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. Okay. So we go through the gap and we remove that little plastic bit that protects the connector, and there we are. Bus shaker number 2 in place. So I'm gonna take a quick break now, and I'm just gonna install the third one, and then we'll come back to you on how we install the footrest. All right. So see you in a few minutes. All right, I'm back. So while I was away, I installed all 3 shakers and on the class as well, which is now ready. And also I did cable management here, so you can see how nicely the connections are. All the cables are neat, so definitely not on the way as you press the pedals, which is nice. Oh, that brake is still so hard, man. Anyways, so now is the last part of the assembly, which is the footrest. Now, I have the Placey trophy, as you can see behind me. Nice little neat um, uh, rig for my tiny space, which is also works very nicely. So the reason I went with these pedals is also because it's fully compatible with the Placey trophy. And actually, I think it uses exactly the same screw holes as the CSL pedals do. So it won't really interfere with all the cable management I have under the metal plate where the pedals will sit, where I have all my amplifiers and Bassacre equipment and USB hubs. So, of course, we will find out when I'm going to install those on, but I think this is the case, which will make my life extremely easy. Now, how do we do this? I have no idea. So we have 4 metallic bits, and I need to find a way to actually see how this will be installed, which is interesting. I think this is where now we need to put the pedals in a different position. Oops, what's on the screen? Okay, so I assume that these bits go in here. Actually, there are little arrows that point the direction of the insertion, I guess. So this will go in here, and this is what we're going to use to adjust the length of the footrest. Now, the challenge I have is that what are these for? Okay, I think we need to go and open the box and try to get the instructions out and not try to be smart, but get some help. In the room with the boxes here, but now I need to open it again. All right, what are the instructions? Here are the instructions. And as I was going through the box and I was cleaning up the room, I actually saw something very nice being included for the whole delivery, which was a card from Race Anywhere saying, George, many thanks for your patience. Enjoy Race Anywhere team. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Nice touch. So where did I put them? Actually, to the card out the instructions. No, I did take the instructions out. Oh my god. It was in front of me all the time, but because it was black on top of a black plate, I couldn't really see it. You can see where it is. Okay, alright, people. How do we install this? We win the English version, there you go. And how this works now. Interestingly enough, okay, there it is. Yes, so 4 screws, this goes in. The metal plates are to be put on the side. Okay, all right. So the good thing is is that potentially we will not need these, because this, according to the instructions, is for custom plates, or potentially where the existing holes do not match the pattern that your current plate may have. So the good thing is that for now this stays to the side, and we have another sticker from Race Anywhere. Indeed, lots of stickers. So the solution here is very simple, apparently. There are 4 screws. Both are going here, and this rolls in, as simple as that. So the way we're going to do this, there are a lot of holes. Okay, so this goes in there. Okay, so my assumption of the adjustment back and forth, it's not true. Actually, there are 4 screws that go on this side and 4 on each side on the footrest, and it actually fixes position, so you cannot really do anything. So I'm gonna install these two metal bars on the pedals first, and then I'm gonna slide this in. And for that, I will need to find the screws. So let's go to the little plastic bags that we have. And I believe they should be in here. Let's confirm. Let's confirm which screws we need. We need the M812. Yep. These are the ones we need, the M812. Now, the question is, which are the M812 screws? I have no idea. But let's find out. So, is this too big? No, actually it fits. This one fits. This is too small. We don't need this one, so we need 8 in total. 2, 4, 6, 8. So let's see how many we have. We have 4. We have 2 different lengths. So yeah, I think this is too lengthy. Yeah, this is too big. This one looks better. So we need the shorter length of the M812. So this is the longer ones to the side. We have 5 so far. 5. We have 6 and 6. Interesting. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I guess I'm missing something. And more screws, more screws. More screws. Okay. Aha. Okay, so the situation is interesting. It says here that you need 4 MA12s and another 4 for the other side, but we only have 2, 4, 6, 8. We only have 6 of those. So that is interesting. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Maybe are these ones. Ah, yes. I was looking for the wrong screws. So yeah, I found them. Okay, perfect. So we have 10. They gave us 2 extras, which is always nice to have extras. So I'm gonna put this back on the plastic bag. These are definitely needed for the installation on the rig, on the metal plate. So I'm gonna save them to the side for now. And we're gonna start the installation by putting the 2 metal bars, as I said, on here. And then I'm gonna slide the footrest on top. And I just showed on the instructions that the arrow pointing needs to go into the base of the pedals. So this is the correct way to do it. So I'm gonna put one screw first. There you go. In. Get my nice long Allen key. There you go. One is in. Let's put the second one. Oh, geeking. My dog is here. Come on. Go in. Go in. My left arm is technically useless. I cannot hold anything or screw anything with it. And I think this bit is a bit too big to use correctly, so I'm gonna go for a smaller Allen key. So yeah, where did I leave you earlier? What's the story? Yes, about the pedals. Why the decision? So yeah, so as I said, I need a much softer pedal that allows me to have a bit bigger travel distance from 5 to maybe like 6 or 7. So I have a combination of both worlds. Not that the travel distance is necessary, but traveling by when you press, the pedal actually slightly moves. So yeah, so I was looking before I buy actually this pedals. I was looking if there is any modification kits for the CSLs out there, and actually there are. You actually buy a set of elastomers and you just replace them. But the reason I didn't bother doing that is because to remove the load cell pedal from the base is not the easiest thing to do. And actually tried to remove it once, but I almost broke my fingers. So I said, nah, if I'm gonna put this on and I hate it, then replace them again. It will be a bit too much of an effort. And if I wanted to try another one down the line, again, it's not as difficult. This is super easy. You saw how easily we remove the elastomers and replace. So this is a nice thing. So just getting a mod kit, of course, for some may make a lot of sense, especially if you don't want to spend the money for something more mid-tier. Of course, everyone's choice to do whatever they like. But I was looking in general for a lot more features, like not only the ability to adjust the load cell pedals, but have the ability to attach the bus shakers on it as well properly, have a more unified, solution in place, a product that's a bit more complete. The only negative is that I'm breaking now a bit the ecosystem because instead of sticking with one set of there you go, one brand, so I have less software to worry about on my PC, and adjust, everything is under the same umbrella and works nice and is compatible, and all this kind of nice, easy quality of life features you get when actually you stick with one brand. And the only negative now is that I have to deal with two separate installations of software, one for the pedals, one for the bass. But come on, usually you install this once, you adjust, and you forget. It's not something I need to fiddle with every day. The thing that I fiddle mostly with every day is the actual wheelbase, because I have different settings for Assetto Corsa versus the settings I have for iRacing, and I constantly switch between the two depending on the platform I'm playing. So this is something I'm fiddling with quite a bit. And also with iRacing, the force feedback is kinda lacking, or at least it feels like it's lacking. Maybe I'm not used to it yet. But the Assetto Corsa force feedback is, I don't know, it works like magic. I didn't have to do anything really. I was feeling every bit of the road, the fidelity that it provides, the level of detail. It's really amazing. I think the force feedback solution on the system on Assetto Corsa is much better than iRacing. Sometimes with iRacing, the car feels like it's driving on black ice because I get no feedback from the steering wheel, and that's why I have increased significantly the strength and intensity on iRacing compared to what I have it for Assetto Corsa. Even though it's just an 8 Nm one, on Assetto Corsa I was using it at 90% of strength, just for longevity purposes, really. But the rest of the settings I had them quite low, like in the 30s and 40s. But with iRacing, I cranked everything up to 60-70% to be able to get something similar to what it felt with Assetto Corsa. To be honest, this is purely my subjective opinion on force feedback. I'm not saying that the game is lacking functionality or is not as good. It's just how I receive it into my hand when I'm playing the game. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. If you know more, let me know. I will do a bit of research and I'll try to educate myself on this. But yeah, it still works great. 8 Nm is for me enough for now. Going for a much more expensive base with 12 plus, I don't think I'm even gonna use the 12 plus, to be honest. Already the base is good enough. I know that the additional Nm will give me the extra fidelity, and I will be able to feel a bit more things from the road than the 8 Nm gives you. But come on, it's fine. Maybe when I will have a bigger space and I will be able to get a proper rig where actually it can hold something bigger than 8 Nm comfortably, maybe I will consider upgrading the base. But the base is nice. I like how compact it is. It fits nicely. I know that the trophy playset can handle bigger ones because the plate where it sits is much bigger from what currently I'm using. So I have no trouble that actually it will support it. Of course, it will support it. But yeah, 8 Nm, the LTD is fine. Perfect. So this is it. We've done it. It took us about an hour and a half with a lot of talking and a lot of screwing and a lot of adjustments. But yeah, this is it. Let me lift it so you can see it properly. Oh, the heavy beast. So this is it. There you go. Bus shakers, mechanism underneath with the plate is, with all the borders. It's moving. I think it's the safety pins. But yeah, this is it. So it's looking really good. It's very heavy. It looks amazingly well. I didn't go for the LED options and those kind of things. I don't know, it's not for me. I like things to look neat and simple and as unified as possible, so this works perfect. I had a bit of a concern because of how short the footrest is. If you can see, it's only like, I don't know, 5-6 centimeters long, where the CSL footplate is footrest is much longer. But I don't think that will be a problem. I think it's just a matter of adjusting into this. But once we will start testing, then we will know. So this is it. This is where we're going to stop today. I'm going to leave this on the side. I'm going to take some pictures so I can share. And I'm going to install them when I get back from Greece on the week commencing the 12th of January. And I will spend a lot of time adjusting my rig, installing the new USB hub, installing those beautiful new pedals on, and giving it a go. Now, if I don't see you again, have a happy new year and see you the 12th. Take care.